Is it time for recess yet? I'm so glad you found time to join us here on the Child Care Director's Chair, where Erica Sacoccio shares her best practices that she's refined through her passion of directing childcare centers over the last 23 years. From parenting interaction, systems to save you time, money, and stress, to profitability. She shares it all from the Child Care Director's Chair.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Child Care Director's Chair podcast. I'd like to say welcome back to all of our listeners who tune in day after day, and welcome to the folks who are new. If this is your first time on our podcast, we're so happy that you hit that play button. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about curriculum. I don't talk a lot about curriculum on the show, which I probably will do a little bit more, but my brain was churning as we're getting ready for summer camp, and I wanted to talk a little bit about creative curriculum. So we're sitting on the idea of possibly moving our program to the creative curriculum. So I wanted to explore a little bit more about the program. And so here's what I found as I was doing my research, because we are considering applying for a state-funded pre-K for two of my classrooms for not this year, but the upcoming year after that. And one of the requirements in our state is to use a more formalized curriculum, and the creative curriculum was one of those options. So I thought I would do some research. So it made me start thinking about many programs are probably considering becoming part of a state-funded pre-K, as that's where a lot of the federal money is going, and it might be a viable option to help you keep your doors open. So here's, what the best of what I know, and wanted to share with all of you in case you also were considering changing your curriculum, or maybe you just wanted to learn a little bit more about it. So the creative curriculum is a comprehensive research-based approach to early childhood education, and it emphasizes hands-on play-based learning, which I love so much because Rhode Island, we are a play-based state, and we use the Rhode Island Early Learning Standards as part of our framework, and we look at, the domains and the different things children should know and be able to do. And so they really look at this, and it was designed to foster children's social and emotional, cognitive development, physical and language development in a developmentally appropriate and culturally responsive way. And the creative curriculum is popular for child care centers for several reasons. At first, as I said, the emphasis on play-based learning. Creative curriculum recognizes the importance of play in early childhood education, and it incorporates play-based learning experiences into daily routines. And throughout play, children engage in exploration and experimentation, problem solving, and creativity, laying the foundation for future learning. And not only is play-based fun for kids, but hey, let's face it, as a teacher, I'm a teacher at heart, and sometimes daily in a classroom, I love when we're all having fun and we're learning things through play. So even as a teacher or director, play-based approach just makes things a lot easier and makes learning engaging and fun. It also is a child-centered approach, as the creative curriculum is designed to be responsive to the interests, to strengths, and the needs of individual children. And it also provides educators with the tools and strategies to observe and document children's learning, their interests, and progress, allowing them to tailor their teaching to meet the unique needs of each child. And we know that that's so important. And, what I really love about this, as opposed to a more canned curriculum, is children in Arizona might have different interests and experiences than children in Florida or Maine, right? So this really takes the interests that your children have about the world around them, what they know, and then it allows you to expand on that. But I love that it's child-centered, and I think that's super important. It also has a holistic development, and creative curriculum addresses all the areas of children's development, including social and emotional, cognitive, physical, and language development. And it provides a balanced approach that supports children's growth in all domains, fostering an overall well-being and school readiness. And we know that is so important, and which is why many states have changed the age requirement to enter kindergarten because children need to be not only academically ready, but socially ready to enter kindergarten. And so that's why high quality pre-K programs are so important to children and families. And honestly, it gives them their best foot forward as they move into kindergarten. It also, what I really loved is I found it was research-based and research-based practices. So creative curriculum is grounded in research and evidence-based practices in early childhood education. It incorporates findings from developmental psychology, education, and neuroscience to inform its approach, ensuring that's aligned with current understanding of how children who are young develop and learn. And we know that right now, in the last 4 or 5 years, there's been a little bit of shift in the way that children are responding and the way that children are learning. And, we have a lot of COVID children at this point in our programs. And we start thinking about, COVID was 4 or 5 years ago, and now our preschool children are 4 and 5. So it makes sense that you really have to consider that aspect of development. It also is flexible and adaptable to meet the needs of diverse learners in settings. It provides educators with a framework and resources to design learning experiences that are responsive to cultural backgrounds, languages, and abilities and interests of the children that they serve. So, you have to make sure that you have that flexibility to be able to meet children where they're at and then grow and go from there. I love that, grow and go. But really we know as educators that's so important. And as I said, it also helps align with the standards. The creative curriculum is aligned with early learning standards and guidelines, which I use in my program currently. But they look at both the national and international standards, and it helps educators ensure that the curriculum is developmentally appropriate and prepares children for success in school and beyond. And lastly, I found that it really does help support educators, as a creative curriculum provides educators with comprehensive support, including curriculum materials, resources, training, and ongoing professional development opportunities. And this support helps educators implement the curriculum effectively and continuously to improve their practice, which we know is so important. And even when we are being reflective in the work that we do, it really is nice to go back and look at those observations that we do on children and observations that we do on our own teaching and our own philosophy, to go back and see, are we meeting the needs of the kids? And if not, what do we need to do to make that adjustment? So I love that there was support for the educators. So overall, I felt that the creative curriculum's focus on play-based learning, having it be child-centered approach, the holistic development of it, the research base, being flexible, the alignment with the standards, and support for the educators, I can see why it's a popular choice and why my state offered that curriculums that you can use for their state-funded pre-K. So as I said, if you're thinking about curriculum as you head into summer or certainly in September, this might be a good choice for your program. So if you currently use it, let us know. I'd love to get your feedback on your thoughts about creative curriculum or other curriculum that you might be using in your program, what you love and why. So please connect with us on our Facebook page. We also have an Instagram page, and we have a private Facebook leadership group. If you'd love to be part of that, let me know. And we also have some really cool documents there and checklists and, freebies to help you run your center. So thank you again for tuning in. And remember, it's the small things, the little details that have the biggest impact on the success of your child care center. So have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, we appreciate your support.
Well, all the cute little kiddos have been picked up and it's time to go home. And that'll do it for another episode of the Child Care Director's Chair. Please leave a review so Erica knows the information is helping you to manage and improve your child care centers. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episode from Erica's Child Care Director's Chair.